Good evening and thank you for joining us. The town of Wainwright received more than $60,000 from the province to support two business projects. The funding is through the Community and Regional Economic Support Program, also known as CARES. Wainwright's mayor says about half of the money will be used for their 2017-18 business project.
Hopefully we'll be able to put together programs one a month to help small business, like seminars, and last year they did one with this same grant that was if you wanted to get into business, you could go to the seminars. They would tell you all about getting into business, what you need to know, how to finance.
The other half is for the town's Rural Enterprise Assistance and Coaching Hostel program. There's also plans to make a YouTube video promoting Wainwright to increase tourism.
Anytime you can bring more people here, it's a kind of a domino effect. The tourism itself, people come, they visit the town, they like the town, they see the businesses, and they decide to move here. So yeah, it's a kind of a domino effect, and it's great.
The second intake from the CARES program will run from April 1st to May 31st. Maidstone is holding its 33rd annual trade fair this weekend. It's the first time the fair is being run by someone outside of the city chamber. And like other recent showcases, there's plenty of positive signs for the local economy. Josh Ryan has more.
2017 marks a big change in Maidstone, with the arena board taking over the annual trade fair, keeping tradition alive, but also bringing in much needed funding for the building.
We would like to redo our dressing rooms. They need some plumbing work, some heating work. The heaters need to be redone over the ice here. We need glass. There's kind of a lot to do. Our rink's quite old and it needs some work.
The necessity of these repairs is largely in part to the usage rate of the arena, which serves as a community hub.
The ice just went out 2 weeks ago, so for hockey and figure skating, and our high school uses it for their big volleyball tournament in the fall. So it's definitely it's a big part of our community, and it needs a little work.
And the fair got off to a good start, with the trade floor filled with steady traffic going through each booth.
It's pretty consistent throughout the years, so yeah, everybody knows what's going on, and they usually make their way through here.
Despite worries that the past 2 years of economic downturn could hurt the event, there are already signs of improvement in the area, starting with the museum's silent auction donations.
They had over 150 items donated last night, plus more this morning. So it's for me, that's a good sign for the economy. If people can do that, that's good.
A lot more people are going back to work, we find, and things are just starting to kind of level off, and everyone's getting a little comfortable, and I think everything's kind of set a pace now.
And the turnout for the trade fair and other shows are breeding optimism heading into spring.
Last year the show was good for us, and then this spring the Lloyd show was good for us, so we're just going to try to keep that momentum going.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
While the Whitecourt Wolverines and Fort McMurray Oil Barons battle for AJHL North supremacy, the Lloydminster Bobcats are gearing up for a winning season in 2017-18. Spring camp began Friday, and to the delight of the coaching staff, turnout was better than expected.
Registration, there was about 96, 97, and obviously we had a few walk-ons, which is great, so just under 100 kids to spring camp. It's awesome. It shows, people are interested in Bobcat hockey, and, for being on a losing team, it's awesome.
The expectation next season is for the team's last place finish to be a thing of the past, but before the Bobcats can move out of the AJHL North basement, some key areas require attention.
Well, biggest thing is, I want to compete, right? I stressed it all year, and, I didn't think we had it on a regular basis, and, compete level, I want to get bigger, stronger, faster. Those are the four things I want.
Scoring depth is another area of need for Lloydminster. Its top six forwards accounted for nearly 2/3 of team scoring. Not sufficient enough for a team wanting a first-place finish in 2018. Being one of the people in the registration line, Clayton had a chance to see the hopefuls up close. And unlike scoring ability, which can only be measured on the ice, size can be measured in person, something the second-year coach and GM was pleased to see.
It is very, very nice to see some size, and that's the biggest thing I found this year is we got pushed around quite a bit and pushed out of rinks, and I'm not going to have it again. So that'll be our main goal, is to get bigger and stronger, and we'll see.
Camp concludes Sunday with the selection of the top 40 prospects game beginning at 2 o'clock. Although winter sports are essentially over, the work never ends for coaches and scouts. The Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball staff is in full recruiting mode with spring camp happening today. Although the coaching staff saw some quality players at camp, there's still concern in other areas for the upcoming season.
Yeah, definitely concerned about our injury situation. Anna's kind of been hit and miss all year. She only played a semester, and Kelsey really fought through pain the whole second semester, along with a bunch of the other girls. So as much as I'm proud of those girls being able to play through it, we need to make sure they're healthy, ready to go.
This season took a toll on my body a lot, especially second semester. I'm battling some injuries in my hip and back.
Yeah, just my knees have been bothering me a lot, and it's been a battle, but I'm hoping for next year to definitely be 100% healthy and ready to go.
With the season still months away, it's expected the pair will use the time wisely and get their bodies in the condition they need to take on the rigors of a full college season.
Right now for me it's just about kind of rest and then recovery over the summer. I think I'll be good next year to go. I just need to make sure that I stick to the basics, like lots of stretching, and don't get this all knotted up again for next season.
They have their physio and their rehab, and they need to make sure they do that, and it's kind of a step-by-step process. Obviously, you know, a fourth-year athlete is going to be able to come in and play right away. You just need them to be healthy. It's not as much getting the reps at that point.